Alright, hey there. So, I am Azaraki. I'm going to be practicing casting with Rainbow Six Siege using the six invitational matches. This is also the first practice I've had shoutcasting anything in a very long time because I took a while off as a coach and blah, 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 blah. A bunch of stuff other than shoutcasting happened. So, this is. I have not had any practice before this. This is first take, so whatever happens, I'm going to stick with it and I'm going to post it. Uh, partly as a reference for me to see how much I improve and to always have something to compare to, and for another reason, which stating the reason would defeat the purpose. So, I yeah, I'm just gonna head into it. Gonna just cast one map, and I also have not seen this match yet. So let's get right into it. And I have to mute the sound because the casters are over this as well. So taking a look at some of the early comps we have, Rogue, they're playing a little bit of a roamer heavy style. We got Ella and Jaeger on the same team, and you can also use Pulse quite a bit of a roamer as well. So they're looking for a defense that can be highly mobile, and we already see that happening throughout the map in terms of where everyone's positioned. EG, on the other hand, they have hard breach in terms of Hibana, and they also have soft breach through Buck. But the rest of that, we have Jackal as sort of an anti-roamer. So I think as far as the point that they assumed would be selected, they would go for something that would handle the roamers because with the mind games, they figured that Rogue would end up trying to play a comp that had roamers given the spot that they would start out with on this map. So just quickly checking out some of the corners, common peak points of the map, and just making sure no one ends up getting an early spawn peak kill. Pretty standard overall. Canadian at the very top of the map, he's got the diffuser, and he's going to play pretty safe with it so that the rest of his team can rotate whenever they need. Getting ready for the breach, checking through to see if... Oh, shots fired real quick there. It looks like Nivix, NVK, going to rappel up the side of the building here. So far, not too much is happening. Still, both teams just scouting each other out. And I can't quite see the hard breach locations, but oh! Okay, no, that wasn't a kill. I thought easily might have been peeking out that window, but he just barely misses the opportunity to get that kill. He is Pulse, however, so he has a lot of information as to where all of the attackers are going to end up going. So Jaeger and Ella actually roaming together, so that's a having two roamers at the same spot can be pretty strong because it's obviously pretty unexpected, and especially if the Jackal figures one of them out, he's not going to figure both of them out. I wish I could hear the sound to more easily tell what's going on, but that's all right. Got Canadian seeing what he can do to peek down this stairwell over here, and meanwhile, it's okay if I freeze up. It's a learning experience. BC getting a grenade kill on Slashug. Ooh, wanted to see that. Unfortunately, we won't, however. Twitch drone passing through Canadian, trying to see if there are any sort of traps he can detonate. Already taking out a bunch of Ella mines. Very good spotting on his part. And that's going to clear the path a little bit and just waste some more of Ella's resources that she has throughout the entire map. 1 minute left. They have to make a move pretty soon. Only one pick's been made so far, so they're going to have to end up rushing this. And I think Rogue are probably still at somewhat of an advantage in this sort of situation. They're one man down, but that one man was Jaeger. He's a roamer, so they still have to breach and clear all of the anchors on the side of Rogue in order to actually make this happen, and they only have 30 seconds left. Bomb plant's going to have to happen very, very soon, but we still have Eclipse checking out the stairway, making sure nobody can fast rotate down here, and I think Rogue have too many angles locked down. Oh, he sees him. He sees the Ella. Not going to get the kill quite yet. They're trading back and forth, but trades are not going to be able to do it for Evil Geniuses. 15 seconds to get the bomb planted. Brian takes out Young, and he's going to be on the site alone. That's 2 kills. EG might actually be able to plant it. 3 seconds. Neck has the diffuser. He's planting it right now, but he's going to get taken out. Great play by Avian and Eclipse to just clean up those last seconds, and I have to say, a lot of that just comes down to how ridiculously slowly EG played that map. They didn't really make any moves until there was only 1 minute left, and by that time, you don't really have enough time to fully get onto a bomb site with 2 or 3 anchors holding it down. So that's a little bit of a mistake from EG and a good point by Rogue in order to just keep it stalled out. Even with having the Twitch go through and clear out a bunch of the concussion mines, it wasn't. I guess EG was still waiting for more of an advantage and more of an advantage, and they just never found it. Also, good. That's got to be good play by Rogue to keep it patient there too. Always good. Do stay hydrated as a caster. Make sure you always have water. So, BC playing the Mira. We didn't see Mira on Rogue's side. However, she is a very popular defensive operator, just because of how much she changes the map. Having a one way looking glass and being able to peek from it is an incredibly good strategy that can catch a lot of people off guard, and doesn't look like there's a Twitch on the side of Rogue either, so no Twitch, no Capitao, no easy counters for the Mira, so she's going to be a little bit uncontested in terms of how much her ability is going to be able to bring to this defense. Canadian not using his shock wires at all quite yet. Might see him plays it down soon, might not, but we're 20 seconds into the round, so he's got to be careful if he ever does decide to use it. Zofia here. Concussion grenades are very strong, and they can also be used as a way to gain information too. They detonate on proximity, but if they don't sense anyone nearby, they're just going to bounce off of the walls and bounce wherever they please. So if you fire it into a room and it doesn't detonate, you know that no one is toward where you fired it. They might be hiding in a corner, or they might not be in the room at all. So that's something I really like to do as Zofia, is just concussion multiple different angles into a room to locate exactly where someone is playing, if any. Alright, so we're going to see Rogue try to play around this top hatch, basically working from the top down, which is a pretty standard way to go. Actually, the bomb site is at the very top as well, so we got I don't know what to call this bomb site, actually. I haven't paid enough attention to the names yet, but that is something I will certainly be learning. As is everything, it is a learning experience. So NVK on the floor below, trying to make sure she catches anyone who's caught out from the team. Again, Ella's one of the strongest roamers, very fast. Concussion mines can be set up quite quickly. They disorient quite a bit, and it's definitely hard to win a duel when you're concussed, for sure. And she's also got one of the best guns in the game at the moment. It's going to be nerfed, but it isn't nerfed for this tournament, so we're going to see tons and tons of Ella. Ella's is just so important for any defensive team. Still droning phase, 1 minute left, and Rogue hasn't made any moves yet either. Evil Geniuses still 5-man, Rogue still 5-man. This site plays a little bit more in the favor of Rogue than in terms of these last few seconds than it did Evil Geniuses on the other site. They just have more options to do something at the last second. However, Canadian manages to pick up a kill on Eclipse. Brian and Slashug, however, trading back, and NVK is in a duel right here, but he's going to have to back up because the rest of his team is getting picked off one by one, and NVK gets a return kill on Easily, and that actually just leaves Avian left for Rogue. He is the last one. He's the only one. However, the diffuser was planted, and it's going to be taken out right now as Avian dies as he tries to rappel up to the top. So that's going to be a round win over to the side of EG. Again, I still think some of these teams, both of these teams so far, have been playing a little bit too patiently. We've seen both teams wait until about a minute left before they start to do anything, and by that time they're already in a position where they have to play over aggressive. They can't set up good crossfires, they can't set up good flanks, and so they have to attack into a bad position just because they waited too long to make anything happen. Round 3, and we're going to see which bomb site is this. Take the scoreboard off my screen, I don't care. Alright, same bomb site as last round, except Rogue are the defenders this time. They do have a Mira, so Mira quite popular on this site as well, and looks like we will have some sort of a reset. I don't know what's going on. The casters in the actual game know, however, I do not, and I also have the sound muted, so I can't tell. Speaking of, casting without sound, pretty difficult, because I can't hear stuff happening at all. I can't hear shots that are fired, I can't hear gadgets going off, explosives, anything like that. Can't hear breaches. So I'm limited just to what I see and what the observers let me see. So let's actually check if how long these technical difficulties take to clear up, and it's actually 2 minutes. So I'm gonna fast forward real quick, please. Where's okay? This should be good. 2.5 minutes, almost 3 minutes. But here we go. I don't actually remember if I don't know if these are the same teams, the same like team comps. I don't believe the round got far enough in for the drones to spot anyone, so hopefully they didn't. But there is a Twitch in order to counter the Mira on Evil Genius's side, or Rogue's Mira. Evil Geniuses can counter it, is what I mean to say, and Canadian will be playing that. Wonder if he'll be using the DMR or if he'll be using the assault rifle. In either case, this defense looks like it's a pretty solid setup that they're playing around this center location here. And again, they have two roamers, Ela and Jaeger, and we also see an Echo, so that's going to be interesting. I'm not exactly sure quite yet where he plays into the pro meta, but anything that lets you get information is a good thing. And I think the fact that he can get that sort of information, the mobile cameras on defense, is actually a stronger utility of his than the concussive blast or sound blast, big wave of sound. Now that they actually added concussion things, I can't really call it a concussion blast, can I? Well, in any case, Canadian's got the bomb. He's at the top floor. I didn't see if he took out any of the mirrors. I think in the prep phase, it's often pretty hard to do that because all of the defenders will be looking out for drones and especially looking out for Twitch drones when you have someone such as a Mira. However, the Twitch drone is also going to be able to take out a bunch of Ela mines, and that's helping the attackers there as well. 1 minute has passed. A little bit of information is gained, but not much other than that. We see a lot of the common peak spots already destroyed and checked. Fighting is happening a little bit earlier. We might actually see NVK get a pick. He's playing Jackal, trying to catch out any roamers that EG or that Rogue might have, but he gets taken out. Did not see Eclipse behind the flower pot. Behind the flower pot and the wall. Wow, so that's actually a pretty good spot for him. And Slashung headshots Canadian. Rogue 2 kills up already on the defensive side, and Evil Geniuses have to start feeling pressured now because if they're in a 3v5, minute 30 left on the clock, and the bomb site is at the very top. They're still at the bottom trying to take care of these roamers that have been so strong so far from Rogue. Speaking of which, Slashug gets a third kill with Ela playing very well into their hands, and Evil Genius is down to Buck and Thatcher. EG manages to take out, BC manages to take out Slashug, getting a return kill there. However, that's just one kill. There's still 4 left, 4v2, twice as many members alive on Rogue, the defensive side, and unfortunately, Eclipse checking the wrong angle there, and Young able to take him out. He's going to revive BC after making sure the coast is clear. And I believe someone on Rogue would have shouted out that he's down, but they're not going to push. They're not going to try to secure the kill because they know that they can just play for time. 35 seconds left on the clock. Young has the diffuser, but he's going to have to play out of his mind in order to take this site and defuse the bomb properly. Using his drone, last second drone. I honestly think BC should be the one droning, or Young should have dropped the bomb for BC. Dropped the diffuser for BC. Because right now, they're just using up more and more of that precious time. 12 seconds left. It takes a few seconds to plant the bomb, or plant the diffuser. I need to stop saying that. Brian takes out BC and easily picks up the last kill. Not much you can do in that sort of situation. The roamers from Rogue gotta shout them out and make sure that they get the recognition for playing that round so well, getting 2 early picks, and not only did they get the picks, they ended up dying afterward, but it didn't matter because getting those picks alone wasted so much of EG's time. They had to play it slow. They couldn't rush up. They couldn't rush in because there was always this looming threat of those roamers. And once they finally took them out, they had 30 seconds left, and you're not going to be able to 2v3 that sort of defensive setup that Rogue ended up having unless you were to play out of your minds and you almost need to pre-fire all the spots because at that point Rogue can set up a pretty easy crossfire. Evil Geniuses on the defending side now, and they're playing Amira once again, playing Mira in trains actually. So last time we saw a defense on trains, that was Rogue's defense on trains. They did not have Amira, so we'll see what BC can do for his team here, what angles he can unlock. And Young is taking out the walls, or taking out a slot in these walls so that they can constantly have an eye on this staircase over here. And actually, the other set of walls has been blown out as well. So for the most part, just making sure that any common breach areas will be easily spotted out by the rest of his team. Avian playing the Hibana. Hibana is just so important in any meta right now because she has a hard breach through her X Kairos pellets. Can go through reinforcements, and you get 3 of them. So if you use them for hatches, it gets a lot more value than using Thermite's charges on hatches. And she's also a 3-speed, which is always very, very nice to win those peak battles. All right, droning out the top floor. He does see a couple of walls taken down already on the 3rd floor, so they know someone's playing the roamer up here. They don't know. I don't think they know this far back angle NVK is playing. Really smart use of the Mira one-way wall, Mira window, the Mira ability, in order to see basically a double sightline back there. So it might catch someone off guard. Speaking of which, we have Buck trying to peek it. However, he doesn't get anything. BC takes out Eclipse with a Nitro Cell as Mira, so he might have been able to see him from an odd angle. And Ying just getting taken out there by Canadian. Really good shots by Canadian. Ying actually had quite an advantage in that sort of scenario right there. Behind the boxes, the shelves might have taken some bullets. It's definitely hard to see someone there, but Canadian just playing really, really well in that situation. And now Rogue only have 3 offense characters left, or 3 members of their team left on this offense. And Evil Geniuses have sort of put them in a similar situation as they put EG in last round. So 55 seconds left. It's a little bit more than before. However, EG, they're playing a little safer. They called their roamers back up for the most part, or back down, I should say, in order to defend the sites. And this is going to be just very hard. As soon as Rogue tries to push in from any direction, the roamers from EG are going to know exactly where they can flank. And as 30 seconds are down on the clock now, we're probably going to see defense once again win this and make it more of a defensive sweep. So far, both teams have just won on defense. And it looks like that trend might continue. Rogue desperately trying to search for a kill. However, BC goes for the wide flank. He manages to get one. However, 2 kills returned. Avian and Brian getting those. And now 8 seconds on the clock. They might be able to sneak a defusal plant. However, they're not going to be able to do it. NVK and Canadian taking the other 2 out for another defensive win. And so far, the defense just incredibly strong from both teams so far. And offenses, again, I think their play is speeding up, which is good, but I think there's still more to be desired in terms of how much they do speed up their play, because once again, we continue to see situations where teams are either full teamed or a man down, and they have to approach the site with 40 seconds remaining, and that's a situation that you definitely do not want to be in. So far, BC looking like a pretty good MVP candidate. However, we also do have to remember that there was a technical difficulty timeout thing where they had to reset the round, so the kills from the first 2 rounds were not added up into this situation either. So America versus America. No one specific to root for if you are American other than just your favorite team. Evil Geniuses going with a lot of soft breach. They have both Canadian and BC playing Sledge and Buck respectively. Meanwhile, Rogue going with a very similar strat that they did the first round. Smoke is incredibly important as an anchor, just because of the amount of utility it basically his smokes end up playing really well into the time resource. They can stall out a point, they can be area denial, or they can also counter shield characters as well. So that's got a lot of things going for you playing as Smoke, and that's why we see him picked so often here. Of course, Ela. We're never not going to see Ela because, come on, that gun is just ridiculously powerful, especially for a defender. So drone phase, we're just going to try to see, Evil Genius is just trying to see where they can get advantages. And this third floor staircase looks like it's pretty locked down. Slashug playing that angle really well and basically denying any rotations through that side. And that's a pretty important staircase to lock down too, because there aren't too many ways for the attackers to get down to the to the second floor if you hold this top section right here that Slashug is holding, because you can easily rotate around to any side you need. Slashug looks like he might actually be getting getting flanked by BC here. Cooks a grenade, tries to get a kill with it, doesn't manage to find anything. However, he does get inside, so we'll see what the BC versus Slashug matchup ends up being. We're not seeing them on our cameras right now. I would probably end up watching that if I were the observers, but who am I to say? I do not have nearly enough experience with this in order to tell what is most likely to happen as far as action goes. 1 minute left on the clock. Again, no picks from either team at all, and a couple of Hibana charges going down. Slashug kills Canadian. I'm not sure what side of the map. Oh, it was on the very top. So Slashug once again keeping the top floor on lock and making Evil Geniuses question their every move. Every time they go somewhere, they need to figure out what's going on. So now NVK finds Ela with his special ability, and Ela just goes right back to the bomb site. Very safe option when you're a roamer. If you know you can get back to the site. Avian gets taken down at some point as well. So that's another advantage for EG. However, that kill is returned by Easily. Slashing and Brian getting 1-2. Again, EG feeling the pressure of the amount of time they had left, and good callouts by the side of Rogue. They're able to take out the last member of EG for the win. Still, defending. Defenders have always won these rounds so far. And now EG trying to talk strategy. I think the first team to really adapt to their opponents is going to be the victors here, because I think both teams have put quite a bit of emphasis on the third floor. I think both teams are trying to play attrition, right? If you play a slow offense against if either of these two teams play a slow offense, I think the other team is too smart to. I wouldn't say too smart, but they're not the kind of teams that would go too aggressive on defense. So far, we've seen the roamers favor holding angles instead of pushing flanks. So right now, Rogue going with both Capitao and Twitch. So really want to counter this Mira here. And that might be the key to their success, especially when they're on the top floor here. Which again, I think is an easier take when there's a smaller amount of time than the second floor bomb site in your trains. So I think that'll play into their advantage a little bit stylistically in terms of how slow they've wanted to take their offense so far. And really both of these teams on both offense and defense have been rather slow teams, holding angles and not really pushing for the big flanks. NVK and Canadian once again sticking as the roamers for their team. Yokai, once again, Echo's being played. EG seems to like that a little bit. And now Rogue up 3-2. Let's see what they can do on this offense. 30 seconds have passed, so Rogue just about to start their breaches. Slashug droning in. He gets line of sight on the B bomb site, which it doesn't really tell them too much because they already found the A bomb site and they know where they're playing anyway. But, a little bit of points for the scoreboard, I guess. In the meantime, Slashug playing Glaz, actually. He's going to try to take some tricky angles and see if just he can catch someone out before they see him or before they realize he's Glaz too, because Glaz is a lot better before the enemy team realizes there's a Glaz. And so he needs to play his first angles and his first shots very carefully. He doesn't want to give himself away and force EG to reposition themselves, at least not until his team is ready to react and his team is ready to catch anyone who does rotate out of position. Easily gets an early pick on NVK. 2 minutes left in the round, so that's a very good pick at a very good time as well. So Rogue's not going to be pressured for time nearly as much as they were the last couple rounds. And now BC as Mira trying to check as many angles as possible, playing the anchor for the team. And Brian gets a pick onto Necrox. We didn't get to see that kill either, but we do see him playing the skylights here, and that's a pretty good position in general. And he manages to take someone out on the rotate. They still don't know that there is a Glaz yet. Okay, now they do. Because he did just get shot a little bit. However, the smokes are too strong. He catches Canadian with a quick headshot through the smoke. Very nice. And Slashug, he gets a second kill. BC tries to peek through the smoke. Not a fantastic idea when you're against a Glaz, and Brian goes down as well. That is Rogue taking the first offensive point here during this best of... How much is it? First to 5. I'm not good enough at quick maths in order to get that. So best of 5, or first to 5 would be a best of 9. And I know that now. So one more round. We're on match point for Rogue. And they're on the defending side this time, which so far we've seen has been the most successful side for either of these teams during this map. Now they're playing Echo once again, Mira, Smoke, Jaeger, and Ella. So pretty standard double roamer sort of composition that we've seen both of these teams play quite a bit recently, and we'll see if there's a Mira or a Capitao or both for the side of EG. Looks like they will go with a Twitch. Did I say Mira or Capitao or Twitch or Capitao? Because I meant Twitch. Anyway, they have a Twitch, so that'll help alleviate some of the pressure from the fact that Rogue do have Mira. And beyond that, they have a decent amount of utility. Jackal once again for trying to catch out these roamers. However, I think Rogue so far has been playing, again, slow and smart with the roamers, so I don't think they're going to be caught out very easily by the Jackal, whose drone is staying at the beginning. So I think he just wants to save his drone, basically. He doesn't want to risk it getting destroyed at all, so he's just going to save it completely, stay at the beginning, and let his team drone out and pick that back up as soon as the round starts. So with the Thatcher's a pretty strong hero in general because you can go... What? That was an insane kill by BC. I didn't even realize that happened. Alright. Huh, how did he manage that? Well, that's a very, very good early pickoff, and BC showing how strong he is as a player. Again, we saw him at the top of the leaderboard quite a while ago. Necroc says G in chat. Don't really know what that is exactly. However, NVK trying to catch a kill onto Slashug, but Slashug manages to take him out. However, the rest of his team was right there and waiting. Didn't kill him fast enough. However, Slashug is still down, and they're still up. They're still ahead in terms of man advantage, and it's just the 3 anchors left for Rogue, which is actually a really strong position for Evil Geniuses to be in because they have much less of a worry to be flanked. Echo and Mira are both 1-speed heroes, 1-speed operators, so they're not going to be able to rotate very quickly. And Brian playing the smoke, he can rotate pretty quickly, but you don't really want him to play these long drawn-out flanks because his ability is so strong. And BC picks up a kill through the floor onto Easily, showing the versatility of Buck and how strong that shotgun can be to just break open walls, break open floors and ceilings and everywhere you want to shoot from. And he manages to take that too. And so Avian and Brian left as the 2 anchors, and EG know basically where they're going to play. So it's going to be a little bit easier for them to finish off this point than it would be if there was a roamer still alive, especially with Ella's gun and how strong that is. And so we see BC still trying to pick up a kill from a lower floor, not managing to do so, however. Just shooting out the wall, shooting out the floors, and trying to get a peek kill through them 2v4, 50 seconds left, and Avian gets a kill onto Young with a nice headshot there, playing the Echo. And now blue team, or Evil Geniuses, I don't know why I said blue team. Evil Geniuses planted the diffuser, and that's actually going to be another kill. Avian goes down, Necrox picks it up, and now Brian is the only one left for his team. Is he going to be able to clutch it out? This is going to be a very hard clutch, especially with where the bomb is planted. We can already see Canadian up top. He's making sure he checks the angle. And Brian, spending too much time looking up, did not see in front of him. And that's going to leave him wide open to a push. And there's not much he can do in order to clutch that situation right there. Just so many places that the attacking team with that bomb plant, with that diffuser plant, I really need to get used to that. With the diffuser plant, in order to keep an eye on it in places that they would be safe from the defenders. So both teams took a round off of each other on offense when the opportunity was presented, and now we're back up, not necessarily to an even game. However, it is EG's defense, which, again, still managed to be the strong side for either team, so they might be able to pick it up and bring it to a 4-4 and a tiebreaker round for that. So, EG, Canadian is going for Vigil. That's a really interesting pick. So he's not going to be spotted by drones, which is a little bit more useful in high level pro play like this than it is in ladder. So he's going to deny a little bit of information. We'll see what he can actually do with it though, and if that would be a better sort of choice as a roamer than something like a Jaeger or a Bandit, which we've seen tons and tons of times on this map already. Again, Amira, as always, and Young is actually playing Legion as well, so he's setting up traps, and he gets a lot of information from those traps, even if they don't damage someone. You can just hear when people shoot them out, he gets to put traps all over the place, and if someone does step on it, well, you have both a health advantage and an information advantage in that respect, too. So Ying's rolling flashbangs. We'll see if she can make use of them here. Again, we can't hear when they go off, which is a little bit unfortunate, but hey, what are you gonna do when you have when you're casting from a VOD that already has casting? This is why demos are so super awesome. Like if it was Dota, man, that would be... I just love that system where you can have demos and you can just turn off the casters or turn them on and all that. We do see a little bit of fuzz around the cameras, indicating that a Vigil is nearby. And Slashug, this assault rifle just has so much ammunition. It's hard to go wrong if you can just suppress an entire area for so long. 81 bullets in the clip. So he's holding the top angle for quite a while, and the bomb site again is the third floor bomb site. Teams think that this can be pretty defensible, and that means they have their roamers playing on the second floor most likely. So EG, NVK, NVK and Canadian are both on the lower floor, trying to make sure they get a pick from anyone who's rotating down from beneath them. All of the window breaches in this map are pretty risky. They can be shot out from multiple different angles, and it's really hard to tell which angle you're going to be taken out from if you are trying to breach from any of the windows, frankly. And of course the hatches make a lot of noise when you open them up, so we haven't seen anyone jump down them yet. 1 minute left on the clock. Again, we're seeing this really slow play. I don't even want to say patient play, because if it was patient play, they still might be trying to make something happen, trying to force EG to rotate into their line of sight and get the kills that way. However, this is where Smoke thrives. One Smoke already going out, denying that area, denying the time resource, and 40 seconds left. He's going to keep smoking this entrance off, and at this point, Rogue really has to make something happen on another side of the map in order to really put the pressure off of the rest of their team, but they're just not finding any angles. Slashung might be able to find someone here. 25 seconds left. getting a fast plant here is a lot easier than it is on other sides. Oh, he manages to get Necrox with a knife kill. Very nice play right there by Slashug, using both the smokes and his flashbangs, and they get a quick plant down. Canadian, however, kills Avian, and that's going to be a 3-on-4. Make it 2-on-4, as Rogue are defending this plant very, very well. Really interesting quick take by them, and Rogue and Evil Genius is unfortunately not able to keep up with it, and Young is the only one left. He's got 1 health, doesn't matter because it's a headshot, and Rogue managed to take the first map, game 5, victory going over to them. Alright, so that is going to be it for me in terms of this like quick practice cast again. I am posting this first try, first whatever. We're going to see how much I can improve over the coming days. I'll be practicing quite a bit. I'll be sitting in on scrims. I'll be doing a bunch of stuff. I want to get better at siege casting, and I think I can get there. So, thank you for watching. I thank myself for doing this in advance in order to see quick improvements and all that, and see basically where I started from, and always have something to compare to, like I said before, and I will see everyone later.